Welcome to a series I like to call the Yes List. My name is Julie and this is where I take a car on the ultimate test to see if I would actually buy it. Because let's be honest, the fancy stuff like the horsepower and the torque, it's great and all, but I'm no car expert. I'm just a normal human being who loves cars, and I would love to see a review from someone who actually has the same yes list as I do. I'm not that into the very technical stuff. I'm more into the, can my dog fit into the boot? Does it make me feel like a boss? Or does it make me panic when I park? The important stuff. Today we're kicking things off with this, the 2021 Mini Cooper Countryman Auto. Let's see if she can win me over. Okay, first impressions, I'm loving her because she's giving sporty, she's a little chunky but still cute. She is not really small but not too big either, because that is great for me because obviously parking is a struggle. Then the grille is beautiful, the headlights are very signature mini, and I'm just loving the whole exterior. And I just want to mention before we start with the checklist, the color. It's something I never thought that I wanted because I'm usually like a white car or a black car girl, but this color is really something different and it just is giving a whole new vibe to the car. The first point on my yes list is it should feel like me. And when I think of my ideal car, I imagine something a little bit bigger or higher off the ground, like a proper SUV. Now, the Mini Countryman is bigger than the usual standard Mini, but it's still a little flat on the ground and I feel low. So I'm very interested to see what I think of this car when I drive it for a week and see if it actually is something that I want to drive. But for now, it feels fun, it feels zippy, it feels small and compact, and I like it. So I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. Number 2 on my yes list is enough space for me and the dogs. So first off, I don't want to feel boxed in. I want to sit here, I want to feel like there's enough space for me as a tall girl, and I don't feel boxed in. I'm very surprised with the space I have inside. The headroom is amazing. I thought it would be a lot lower, but there's a lot of space. Legroom is great. I don't feel too close to the steering wheel. I don't feel like I'm on it. It really feels comfortable. And actual adults can sit in the back seat. I mean, so many cars have a huge and proper front seats, and then at the back the people feel squished in. And for a Mini, I know this is a Countryman, I know this is bigger, but I don't know why I had this preconceived idea that it would be so tiny. It's proper space for people at the back too. A really important part of my search for my dream car is the dogs need to fit in it. I have a Rottweiler and a German Shepherd, and they need to fit in the car with me. So whether it is if I, knock the seats down or whether they fit in the boot, it's really important for me. So I thought a great way to test it is if I can fit into it, they will too. So the space feels good, but I just don't think they'll stand comfortably. So it's like a maybe. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. The space isn't huge, but I think it will maybe work. Number 3 on my yes list is the car has to be automatic. Okay, I'm just gonna say it how it is. I have a manual car now, and for the first time in my life, I just want an automatic car. It has to be smooth, it has to be easy, I don't have to worry. This car has a 7-speed gearbox and it feels nippy, it feels quick, it doesn't feel like there's a lag when I'm driving and shifting to the next gear. I just love how it feels, and also I stay in Cape Town and there's a lot of traffic, so obviously a manual will be very difficult going around town in it. So yeah, loving this. So for this automatic gearbox, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
Category 4, safety that has my back. Okay, honesty time. This car has great features and they have sensors for parking, which is great. But driving assistance, like they don't have any lane assist or blind spot monitoring or anything like that. And I don't think this is a deal breaker, but I'd have to be more alert. And I do feel in this price range that a car can have these features. So for this, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
So cars today have really cool tech features, and I was really excited to hop into this car because it has this beautiful front screen and this digital cockpit, so I was really excited. But when it comes to connectivity, it doesn't have CarPlay and it doesn't have Android Auto, and those are features that are really important to me. It does have Bluetooth, but I feel like that is something standard, and on my yes list, I want certain features. What is cool is it has these ambient lights, so you can choose which user is driving the car, and you can switch profiles. So if I like my car to be pink and have the ambient lighting pink, I can do that, and I think that is such a cool touch from Mini. What I do like is the fact that it has this knob here just in front of the armrest. It sounds strange, but it's so much easier than, when I'm physically driving, having to struggle with a touchscreen. And talking about the touchscreen, it has a physical volume knob. Now, if you haven't had a touchscreen volume, you won't understand. But struggling to put the volume up and down on the touchscreen is so difficult. So I love that it has a physical knob. I love that it has the knob and the button here to make it easier. And just overall, the usability is very nice. But yes, connectivity wise, I have to give this car a 6 out of 10. Number 6 on my yes list is comfort I'll thank myself for later. The seats are a mix of cloth and synthetic leather. Mini calls it Sensatech, and honestly, they feel comfy and easy to keep clean. No full leather here, but less sweating in the summer. The seats are comfy and supportive. Exactly what I'd want for long commutes or weekend trips. Only thing missing is a sunroof, and that's just my personal preference. But I love a lighter cabin feel, but otherwise, it's very livable. So I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Next on my yes list, easy to park, easy to love. I want something to make my life easier when I park. I don't want to panic when I parallel park or reverse park. This car has rear parking sensors. That's great. It is clear and crisp when I reverse park, but it has no sensors in the front. It doesn't have 360-degree cameras, and there's no park assist. So it doesn't really make my life easier when I park, and I really have to focus. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Next on my yes list is fun behind the wheel. The steering really surprised me. It feels super stable and sharp, especially around the corners. When I turn, it feels like it is planted on the ground and super stable. I am very impressed. The car isn't crazy powerful, but because it's light and low to the ground, it feels more alive than you'd expect. You feel connected to the road, and I could totally see myself taking the long way home just because it's fun to drive. So I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Reliability is next on my yes list, and the older Mini models has a reputation for being a little high maintenance, but the newer generation, especially this 2021 model of the Countryman, it feels stable and it feels trustworthy. Is it the cheapest car to service? I don't think so, but it's so much fun and I really think it's worth it. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Number 10 and my final point on my yes list is the XFactor. Now, it's difficult to explain, what the XFactor is, but when you've got it, you'll know. So it's something that gives your car personality, and Mini just gets it right. It has so many small touches, like the tail lights that have the Union Jack on it, the toggle start and stop inside of the car, the round front screen. It's just so unique, and it has that X factor. So I'm gonna give X factor an 8 out of 10. And that's it. That's everything on my yes list. So let's see how this Mini scored and if it's actually the car I wanna buy. Overall, I give this car a 76 out of 100. I really love it for where I'm at in my life right now, but I have to think of the bigger picture. I want to start a family. I want to have all the dogs in the car. So for where I'm at in my life right now, this car is great. But for future Julie, I might need something bigger. So I've been driving around in this car for 4 days and it's absolutely amazing. And I think I would have had a different opinion if I only drove it for a day, because I could really, live in the car, see how it matches my day-to-day life. I think if it was a little bigger, if it was more of an SUV, it would have been a no-brainer because it's really, really cool. I really love how zippy it feels, and it almost feels like it's planted on the ground, super stable, especially when I go fast or when I go around the corners. I don't know if all minis are like this, but this feels insane. I would love to compare this one to a smaller mini and see how it feels. So let me know, would you take this mini or should I keep searching? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the Yes List.